Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to give us a few more minutes to kind of get a few more people in the chat, and then we're going to get started. But thank you guys for coming in. All right, guys, I'm back. I want to say thank you guys for tuning into the channel. If you guys do not know, my name is SJ, also known as That Postal Lady. And today I said, you know what? My injury is not going to stop me on all accounts, even though I wasn't able to physically go to my laboristic job. I told myself that I'm not going to just sit around and just cry about my situation. Instead, I'm going to, do what I know what is best. Work in my digital business because things, um, that is where things are going. They are going to digital. And why not showcase the knowledge that you have and let others receive that knowledge that you have through a digital product or a service or something of that sort. So I wanted to, get on here and just show you guys just where you should start and how you can go about getting started with learning the skill of digital marketing. I have been talking about it on my channel for quite some time. Um, a little bit about me. I am a mom, a wife, and a full-time postal employee. And I got injured, and my injury caused me to realize that the job that I, was working so hard for just really didn't care too much about me. And so when my hours got cut back, I had to find other ways to provide for my family, to cover my end of the deal. And so I decided to look for something that wasn't going to be strenuous on my body, that wasn't going to be overburdensome, and something that I could learn on my own terms. And in the very beginning, it was a little confusing because, you got to try to find the right person to actually understand this through, because a lot of people will tell you it's simple, it's easy, and you can do it overnight. But I'm here to tell you that it will take a little bit of time. It will take a little bit of commitment. But if you tell yourself that, I'm not going to give myself any other choice, I'm not going to continue to put myself into these situations and expect change knowing that there's no change coming. If we want the things that we want, then we have to create it. So I realized that I had to create it. I was tired of begging someone else to create my way for me. And when I got injured, I didn't think I was begging anyone to create my way for me before I got injured. But when I got injured, I realized that I was begging a job to create a way for me because I wasn't creating the way for myself. So in turn, I was going to this job thinking that this job was going to fix all of my problems and it was going to help me with everything and more. When in actuality, I knew that in my spirit, my mind couldn't, it couldn't get wrapped around the fact that we have to work for somebody and they tell us how we need to, spend our money. They tell us how much sleep we can get. They tell us what we can do in our life and what we can't do. and they tell us how much money we have in our bank accounts. And I just started realizing really quickly that, they have a little bit too much control over us. And if I say that, I'm tired of it, I'm not going to continue to keep saying that I'm tired of it and not doing anything about it. So I decided to do something about it, and I, invested in myself and learned the skill of digital marketing. Um, for some of you guys who don't know what digital marketing is simply you just taking products and services, and you're going to go online and talk about these products and services. And that's what you do. I mean, it's a natural thing. A lot of people see it as, oh, I don't want to sell. I don't want to talk about somebody else's product. I don't want to talk about somebody else's service. But the reality of it is that you're actually doing it for the job that you work at right now. Um, you sell for everybody else, but when it comes down to you, you don't want to sell for yourself. You don't want to benefit from it. So we have to kind of take back, hey, Jason, how are you? And I want to say thank you for that comment that you left on my last video, or one of my last posts. I want to say thank you for that. You were amazing for that comment. I have a video where I will be thanking you personally for that, because you have been here since the very beginning, and I'm just thankful. I went over and looked at your channel, and I can see that you have great potential, and I can see that you're really, really trying to get in this thing and do it. And I'm, praying for your success, and whatever I can do to help you guys along the way, that's what I'm here for. So, Jason, like I said, thank you. You have been there. You are, helping me get through this. And as I continue to go through this journey, it's not easy, but I'm also sharing my journey. I'm sharing it because I know that there are a lot of people that, want to do this too. They want to step out on faith, but, sometimes you got to see somebody else do it. You got to see somebody else, take the chance and really believe in themselves. And I'm that one, y'all. I'm the one that believes in myself. I'm going to take the chance. Um, I can't say that there has been too many things that I have done and, haven't at least tried to swing at the bat hard. But, I'm going to do what I have to do, because I understand that I'm over complaining. I'm over, being overworked and tired. So, like I was saying, I told myself, instead of me complaining all the time, I'm going to actually create something for myself. Now, a little bit of back history about me. I had a few businesses, and the businesses were physical businesses. So I had to put in physical labor, and I still had to, get products and services out in a timely manner, because whenever you're selling a physical product, you are responsible for shipping, and, you have to worry about, you know, if you're depending on whatever type of product it is that you have to worry about whether you have your products are regulated for CDC guidelines. It's just a lot of things that you have to worry about. And for me, I was working this full-time job beforehand, before my injury happened. And, working all those hours, you don't have time to sit there and try to, how can I say, you don't have time to sit there and make soap all day. And that's what I was doing. I was making soap. That's what my business consisted of. Now, granted, as soon as, everything is the way that I want it to be, I will definitely go back to doing the things that I started off with, because ultimately that's what, we want to do. We don't say that, it didn't work out. The only reason why it didn't work out was because you weren't consistent at it enough, and you didn't try at it enough. So if you at least try at something a little bit more than what you have been, eventually it's going to pan out. Like, it's going to do what it's going to do, and you just have to trust the process. That's why they say faith is unseen, because you can't see it. I don't know that it's happening. Well, I can't say that for sure. I know for sure, but you can't see it. It's the thing that you cannot see with your eyes, but it's real. So anyway, I knew that I wanted to continue, but I had to find another way. And I knew it wasn't going to be me, going to events on the weekends to sell my soap or doing this or doing that. So, I was like, well, what is another way that I can, actually try to make money and, not have to deal with trying to find a full-time job or, trying to get myself back into the same exact situation that I know that I'm going to be in. Because what happens is we get a job, we become unhappy, and then we go search for the next job. And then that job becomes an unpleasant situation for us as well. And then we find ourselves looking for the next job, and the cycle just keeps going on and on and on. And so, I was like, I'm not going to go through that cycle. So I'm going to actually do something for me, but I got to figure out how to do something for me. And that's when I, ran into content creation. I started off in content creation, not knowing that it was a part of the digital marketing family, but I did start off in content creation. And, I really thought that in the very beginning, content creation was going to be the thing that got me, because I knew that, I was going to be able to get the content out, but I didn't realize that it takes consistency. So when they say consistency, they don't mean like, post. They mean like find something that you're good at and help somebody with it consistently. Right. So in the very beginning, I was thinking that, YouTube is about you, but it's really not about you. It's about you helping somebody with something that you've been through. So if you are on here to help somebody learn a new skill, then you're doing the right thing. You're in the perfect place. Usually when you watch lifestyle content creators, they are on here showing you what their life is like, and that content is most likely helping you to either purchase a product or to, check out something that they're into or something of that sort. But they pretty much influenced you to go and, be a part of something that they are a part of. So that is what content creation is. And, with a 9 to 5 job, you find yourself not always having time to create content. And that was my thing. I loved making content. That is like, I absolutely love it. But when it comes down to being consistent with it, you have to ask yourself, this can't be the only way that people are making money, because it takes that, you know, 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers just to even get monetized on YouTube. And a lot of people don't realize that, it really does take that. And, nothing can happen. You don't receive anything or anything like that until you reach that threshold. So what are you doing to make money in the process? So that's what I want to bring to you guys, because, it's good to have your social medias to be on there to just, kind of like, want to create content to make money. But I think that a lot of people misunderstand that you're not just making content to make money. You're making content um to help somebody with something. Like, what does it do for you? Like, what is it, your vision? Are you sharing your family life? And what in your family life are you sharing? And, just what type of content is it that you should be creating? And digital marketing gives you that foundation. It teaches you the different types of content that you should be creating, because it's not just about creating all this content. It's about speaking to the right audience, talking to the right people, and getting people to understand your mission. So, um, you know, I I think that if you want to be a content creator and, solely make it off of being a content creator, you do have a long lasting, it is a very high paying, thing. But I think that you need to learn the basics of it. And that's where I realized that I needed to kind of like build on myself. I needed to learn the basics. I needed to learn the foundation of um, how to get on these social media platforms and actually make money, not just by being on here and, scrolling and listening to TikTokers tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing. I wanted to know what I really should be doing. So that's when I decided to actually start investing in, courses and, products and services that would benefit me towards me stepping into this skill, because digital marketing is a skill. It is a skill that can get you through life, right? Um, if you know how to if you know the skill of digital marketing, you will be able to not only help yourself, but help others. You'll be able to monetize off of your content before you're monetized on these platforms, because these platforms, they take a little minute. But if you have, uh, let's say a gift or a talent, or let's say, for instance, you have knowledge about how to do this. Jason, I noticed that you have, you are able to create, a lot of YouTube pages, right? And so one thing I loved about that is that you know how to do that. And since you know how to do that very well, you could create an ebook or a guide teaching someone else how to do that exact same thing. And then they can in turn, you can in turn put that on your storefront and actually start putting making content related to you talking about how people can, actually create YouTube pages, how to set it up, how to get things going, how to make sure that the content is flowing, and just how to set up your bio and all that kind of good stuff. And then you can actually start monetizing off of you being on this platform right now, because you have so many pages. And I see it. I seen the mindset. I seen the I just seen so many things, and I'm like, man, he can really do so much with these channels. So, I really believe that, if you want to get somewhere, you should create a digital product, because that is going to help people to, come to you without you physically being there, right? Everything is kind of going digitally right now. So at this moment, in life, we have everything going over to the digital world. So why not get on board? Why are we fighting it? Instead, we should be trying to learn it. And the best way to learn it is through a beginner friendly program that's going to actually teach you and let you learn at your own pace, right? So that's why I wanted to, kind of get on here and talk to you guys a little bit about this course. I also have some other options that you guys, I will be sharing with you guys in case, this is not the best option for you. But I wanted to get on here because even though I'm, like I said, injured and not able to do the job at this moment, at that physical job, I still have a job to do here too. This is what this is what I've been training for. This is what I've been doing. This is what I've been learning. I decided that I was going to learn this skill to build a, freedom on my terms, and build a system that works for me, and it's based off of something that I love. If I'm able to sell a product or a service based off of something that I know benefits me and benefits others, then that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing in itself. The jobs that we work for, the only people that is benefiting is them. It's not benefiting you, because you're constantly going through the struggles, still going through debt and all kinds of stuff, just so that they can keep you right where they want you. They want you to be stuck in debt, so that way that you don't ever have to, you don't ever want to do anything else besides go back to that job, because you don't feel like you can do anything else. But I'm here to tell you that you can. I'm definitely here to tell you that you can do it. You just have to tell yourself that you're not going to stop here. You're going to continue. You're going to keep going, and things may look rough, but at the end of the day, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you're supposed to be learning in that moment, learn. If you're supposed to be growing in that moment, grow. But do the things that you're supposed to do so you can get to where you need to be. And I do believe learning the skill of digital marketing is something that I feel like is a big gain, because not only are you learning how to, do something for somebody else, but now you get to learn how to do something for yourself. Okay. So I'm not going to be in here long, but I just wanted to kind of, show the course and just show what all you can get inside of the course. And, if you guys have any questions, y'all just let me know, and we will go from there. All right, so right now I am inside of the school community. Okay, this platform that I'm on is called the School Community. If you look up here, you can see it, school.com. It is a very reputable site, and it is just a platform where people host courses, where they can actually teach you how to do something. And this course is a course that is hosted on this platform, and it is a digital marketing course, a beginner-friendly digital marketing course, to where if you are brand new to digital marketing, you want to learn the basics and you want to get started, you want to get into it and actually understand it, not just for, for the short term, but for the long term, this is the course. This is the course. So, the Ultimate Branding course is a course that I would say is for somebody that is, really ready to start. If you are not sure for sure, I would say, take a few moments to actually, do research, look into what digital marketing is. There's many ways that you can get into digital marketing. This is just one of the many ways that you can get into it. I did not necessarily start this way. I started off with a smaller course, but I like to show, it wasn't necessarily a small course, it was a PLR community. But I like to show the inside of this course first, because I want you guys to see that you need the foundation, which is digital marketing. Digital marketing is the foundation. You can get into the PLR communities, and they are wonderful if you kind of already know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you really need the foundation. And this course right here is going to give you your foundation. All right. So in this course, you're going to, your modules are Start Here, which is your core fundamentals. It's going to give you a step-by-step guide to kind of tell you, like, how to get started into digital marketing, what you should be looking for, how you should be, marketing your business, and what digital marketing really is in general. Okay. You're also going to get your digital marketing products crash course. So they're actually going to teach you how to create your own your own digital products in this course. They will teach you how to create, whatever type of digital product it is that you want. Ultimately, they go in step by step and just kind of show you what kind of programs and websites you can use to actually build your products, right? So there are programs that you can use to build your products. One of the main programs that I love is Canva, okay? And you can use that program to create beautiful products and, digital products online, and then you can actually, sell those digital products that you have created. And Canva is free. So you don't necessarily have to pay for Canva. If you want to pay for Canva Pro to get, like, extra upgrades and things like that, you can. But they're going to teach you how to actually use that program. And I do believe a few other ones. Let's look in there and see how to use that one. And I do believe he shows a few other things as well. But this is a really great module. It's a great module. Richard is really, really good. He talks kind of fast, but I would say that, he just, it's like that, where you need to just kind of pay attention and focus. When somebody's talking fast, it just makes you stop what you're doing and just focus. So I kind of like that, because it kind of keeps you on guard. And, a lot of people are like, oh, he talks too fast. But I think that it's just, he makes a lot of money. He doesn't have a lot of time to waste. So the time that he does have, he's using it wisely. And, that may cause for him to speak a little bit faster. So, hey, you just need to sit down and digest it, right? But he's giving you all the tea that you need to actually create, digital products and things that are going to be of high value, not just trash, but high value, right? So this is a branding course, and this is, going to teach you how to brand yourself and make things look nice and, aesthetically pleasing, and, just things of that sort, and how you need to present yourself in general, so that way that you can come across as a person of integrity and things of that sort, compliances, FTC compliances, and things of that sort. So they really kind of get into it in this course. You also are, as you can see, you have go back. As you can see, you have the branding section, which is going to teach you how to brand yourself, how to set up your profiles and things to where everything looks the same. This branding, the branding module is really, really good for people that want to go faceless. I have a couple of faceless accounts and I absolutely love it because I don't have to show my face. I can create products and services and get them sold and not have to worry about somebody not wanting to buy my product or service just because they see my face, right? So that's a beautiful thing and it's like becoming very, very, very popular right now. So that's like it's okay for you not to be, the center of attention selling your products because now the world wants you to be faceless and, just give them their product and their service without all the extra. So I really do love that this module right here kind of breaks that down and, just kind of teaches you um, what that is, how to brand yourself and how to do it effectively. Okay. Uh, Yes, exactly. That's exactly why you want to go faceless, Jason, because you want people to like understand what it is that you're doing. Like, when you're faceless, it's just simple. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about whether this person likes you for this or whether that person likes you for that because you're just faceless, right? So all you have to do is just put your products up there. You might have a video on the screen, just a faceless video. You know what I'm saying? And you just put whatever it is that you want people to know on those videos to get those products and services sold. So that is a wonderful thing. And I love that module because it really, really goes deep. Dives deep into that as well as the faceless module. So they kind of the HQ, the high quality branding module goes great with the faceless digital marketing module that you're going to see in here as well. Okay. They're also going to show you how to set up your beacons, go high level, and your stand store. I actually have a video coming up where I will be showing you guys how to set up a beacons account. It is free. You do not have to start this game with um, with the store at the very beginning that cost a whole lot because you don't know how much money you're going to make from this and you're not sure if you are sufficient enough to actually get what you want out of it. So you want to make sure that having low cost measures in this. And I do believe beacons is really your best way to go in the very beginning because you don't have to worry about upfront costs. Now, of course, you do have to worry about some transaction fees on the back end. I do believe it's like 9% transaction fee of, your total cost. But listen to me. It's a digital product. You're going to put it on your storefront and you're going to get it sold. And if when you get that digital product sold and you say, you know what, I don't mind upgrading to the pro account. You're going to upgrade to the pro account for like $10 and then you're going to get to use all features, or pretty much all the features that you want with that Beacons Pro. So, I mean, I feel like Beacons is the way to go. And whenever you're ready to advance, Beacons has that option to where you can advance as well. I have some great features inside of the beacons that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. And so I'm super excited about bringing that to you guys because I'm like, this is actually pretty amazing. A lot of people are using a lot of systems, like mini chats and things like that, but Beacons has great systems inside of it already. And I just love what they have going on over there. So I want to, just kind of make sure that I go over that with you guys and show you guys how to set up your beacons because it doesn't have to be hard to set it up, right? All right, so like I said, but in this course you'll also get to learn how to set up your beacons. They teach you how to set up Stand Store. They teach you how to set up Go High Level. They teach you how to set up your System IO. And then you're going to also get a content vault, which is going to, have done for you marketing materials just in case you want to market this course. Because one of the great things about this course is not only do I get to learn from it, learn how to be a digital marketer, how to actually do this and be proficient in it and how to, market on social media and actually get the results that I need, I am going to need some done for you marketing materials from this course. So of course, they have already provided it here for you. And I love that because you don't have to create it yourself. They also have content that converts, which is like, them just kind of talking to you about how to create engaging content. Instead of you sitting on TikTok scrolling all day, like I keep telling y'all, don't scroll all day. These courses are your, go to. This is what you need. You don't need to scroll. You just need to, get on here and learn inside of these courses because they have everything that you need. This course also teaches you about staying relevant, selling your stories, which is for Instagram. Instagram is like, how can I say? It is one of the GOAT pieces that you're going to need in order to be great at digital marketing. You can do it in many different forms. My favorite way to digital market is Pinterest. That is absolutely my favorite way because you just get so much feedback and you just really get the results that you're looking for. I mean, like, I see the fruits of my labor whenever I go over there. Now, when you do Instagram and YouTube and all that, it does take a little bit of time. The one thing I love about YouTube is that it's consistent. Once you get it there, it stays there, and with Instagram, it's just one of those things where you just have to kind of stay on top of it all the time. So you have to try to figure out ways to where it's not burden. It's not a burden to you and it's not tiresome all the time, because if you don't, you'll get burnt out and then you won't want to do it anymore. So, that's the only thing I feel like, these modules right here kind of teach you how to do that the correct way, how to, post in your stories, how to post on your feeds, and how to post in your reels and things like that, so that way that people understand what you're trying to put out there and you're not just posting for no reason. Because let me tell you something, that is miserable, to just post for no reason and nobody knows what you're posting for. They have, you don't have any reason as to why they're there. They're just there. And so that's terrible. So we want to make sure that we're actually posting for a good reason. You'll also learn how to launch email marketing your first 72 hours. You get attraction marketing, which is going to show you the best type of marketing skills, because that's what it is. And as I told you, you're going to get faceless marketing. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys about these modules is that they are pretty much video based modules. So that's a great thing if you are a person that doesn't really like to do a whole lot of reading, and you can sit here and just keep doing what you're doing and actually listen to the video playing in the background. So these are very, very good because it is over 369 videos. I do believe it's like 405 videos now in this course, that you see right now, that teaches you how to do digital marketing the correct way. Okay. They're also going to teach you about DM automations. As I told you guys, you're going to want to have your systems already set up to where you are not having to, always send a message to somebody letting them know that you are, have a product or a service that they may be interested in. And the best way to do that is to set up your automations. And also, you may not feel like posting that day. So, you may need to learn how to create an automation system for yourself to where, you have things still going out on time. And this course teaches you that. They're going to also teach you how to create value videos. They're going to teach you about Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, selling on Etsy. And I don't know about you guys, but let me tell you something. YouTube is one of the hardest platforms to actually grow on. And it's because once you grow, it's long term. It's not a short term thing. So to actually have and there's no guide on how to grow on YouTube specifically from the YouTube itself. It's basically knowledge from other people that have, become successful and know what to do, and they're doing it. And that's how they're doing what they're doing. So these courses, these modules here actually like are breakdowns from people that are, successful and doing great. And, they want to see you do great based off of their mentorship. If they have a mentorship that's, out there and nobody's really successfully doing anything, then guess what? Their name goes to trash. So they want to make sure that you get the information that you need, and they're, putting it inside of these courses so that way that you can get it. and they have it in many different languages. So if you know are in a different country, you can always still come in here and you know, get involved and actually start learning this skill. Okay, I want to take you guys over to the community tab, but before we do that, I want to see if we have any questions. Does anybody have any questions or need me to go back through any one of those modules? Like I said, I'm not going to stay on here long, guys. Just a little bit longer. I have a couple of other things that I want to show you guys, and then I'm going to get off of here because I am still in pain. All right, guys. So since we don't have any questions, we're going to keep going. All right. So first thing first, I wanted to come into the community tab to go ahead and show you guys just a little bit in here, just to show you that there are quite a few people inside of this community. There are 55,000 people inside of this community. That means 55,000 people decided that they were going to invest in themselves and actually, you know, become a part of this community because they knew that it was going to help them learn the skill of digital marketing. Okay, so I like to come in here and show you guys the community so that way that you guys can know that this is an active community. There are people in here and there are people actively talking. You can actively have conversations with people, and people actually do want to be your friends and, you know, want to see you grow and win in here. So this community is an amazing community. As you can see, there are 206 people online right now as we speak and 5 admins online. So there are active people in here. Okay, if you scroll down, you will see community announcements and testimonials from, you know, the actual course administrators. And you will also see some testimonials. Like I said, this is a testimonial. I love kind of getting into these testimonials because it just kind of reminds you that this is real, right? Hold on, guys. All right, guys, my apologies for that. Okay, so like I was saying, I like to get into here and show you guys the testimonials because I want you guys to see that, you can do some great things in UBC. Now, this is a course that teaches you the skill of digital marketing. But once you learn the skill of digital marketing, you don't necessarily have to sell this course, right? It's just going to teach you everything you need to know about digital marketing. So I like to get in here and show you guys the testimonials because people actually do sell the course, which is UBC, and you can too. Let's say, for instance, you decide that you want to get in here and pay $4.99 to get into this course, and you say, okay, well, I feel like this is a great course. I actually did feel like this was a great investment. So I want to help somebody else make that same type of investment. I want somebody else to learn the same knowledge that I learned as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show them the course, the inside of the course, and then I'm going to present them this course. And then they have the option of whether they want to purchase this course based off of all the information that I've told them about the course. So you have that option. It is not something that you have to do, but it is something that is available to you, and it's available to you pretty much for life. So right now, if you sign up with UBC, of course, you will be receiving an affiliate. You will become an affiliate of UBC, and you will get 85% of the commission if you ever decide to resell UBC. But if you ever don't want to resell UBC, you do not have to. But it is a benefit to you to have a course and be able to help somebody else with the course. You know what I mean? So like most times out of 10, whenever you're in regular school, you don't have the ability to resell the class that you just took. The only thing you have the ability to do is to tell somebody about the class that you just took. But with UBC, you have the ability to actually sell the class that you just took. So I love that because you get the affiliate commission from just simply telling somebody about the benefits of this course. And you don't have to do that, but it's your choice if you want to. But it teaches you how to sell anything, and it teaches you how to market yourself and market your brand to the point to where people understand what it is that you want them to know and how you want them to know it. And so when you're selling digital products, you just want to make sure that your digital products are, nice and appealing, and that they look really good because, you want people to actually purchase these products. And this course is going to show you how to do that. It is branding, so it's there to actually teach you how to brand yourself. Okay. Do we have any questions really quickly before I go get back into the testimonials? Okay, I'm going to keep going. So one day ago, this Timothy Gallardo, still processing, but let me just say, grateful, charged, locked in, spending the day with Jazz and Dre and the other winners, unreal. The vibe, the value, the intention, the energy, from one-on-one convos to surprise gifts, that to the fire dinner. Yes, the food hit too. It says, this wasn't just a branding day, it was a soul shaking and strategy reset. Too many moments to list here, but a few that smacked me on the chest. Dre said something at dinner that cracked me open. If you're holding on to a limiting belief, you're gonna extract exactly that. Simple, profound, game changer. Jazz reminded us that, and this just happened at there was an event that they had where it was like the very first meetup of us all actually getting to meet each other and getting to see each other. And so it was amazing. They had a great turnout, and this is stuff that you can do. You have an active community, people that are actively coming together and wanting to, be great together. So this is real, okay? Dre said something at dinner. Okay, so Jazz reminded us that the people around you are everything. Get around the right energy. Get clear on what you want to be known for. Drop the safe vision. Put in the reps. Meaning put in the work and evaluate the value inside every 5-second window. Meaning every single time you post something, you need to make sure that you are giving value to somebody. Make sure that you are trying to help somebody. As long as you are doing that within whatever time frame it is that you have, then you are doing what you are supposed to be doing, and everything else is going to align. So it says, yes, it's like that out here now. We even go talk to AI, content breakthroughs, and the next level shifts that are coming for those. Oh, they even got to talk about AI, content breakthroughs, and the next level shifts that are coming for those who leverage and apply. This wasn't just a day, it was an experience, and it over delivered in every possible way, which honestly is expected when it's Jazz and Dre. If you're new around here, this is the room to grow in. The care, the precision, the nature, it's rare. The nurture, it's rare and it's real. And it really is. It really is. Like, how can I say? This community really helps you to build your confidence. Like, there is no, you don't feel like you shouldn't be who you are. Like, even if you have limiting beliefs, get in these communities and they're going to help build you back up and get you to where you need to be. They're here to have those words of encouragement and to tell you the realness of this community, to tell you what's really going on. So that was a beautiful way to put that. And he did a great job putting that together. Okay, let's see. And this, as you can see here, this is the end of the year event. They're about to get ready to have one in Orlando, Florida. So you get to mark your calendars for that. I'm telling you, I'm super excited. It's going to be August 15th through the 17th. Only 2 days, but the experience is going to be amazing. So hopefully you guys will get a chance to go to that if you decide to get in with UBC. Somebody that actually sold UBC, they stated that they sold twice within less than 48 hours. So as soon as they got it, they were able to start selling it and getting people in here. So this is a product that actually really does convert. It really does help people with the needs and the things that they're looking for. If you're really trying to figure out how to, promote, how to brand, how to, show people that you're consistent, how to show people that you have this and this and this is it, because it's going to teach you how to do the skill. Her selling UBC is just like her selling a digital product. She was able to get into, if it's something of value, which UBC is definitely something of value. It's a course, a digital marketing course, which is basically equivalent to a degree, a digital marketing degree, because you would spend all this time going to get a digital marketing degree and you're not going to get as much information as you would as this course would give you. This course is going to give you what you need to know and then some, because it's coming from the people that are out there, that are doing it, that know what it takes to win and are helping you get to where you need to be. They see that you're willing and ready to invest in yourself. And since you're willing and ready to invest in yourself, they're willing and ready to do what needs to be done to make sure that you are able to be on top. Okay, so I love that about these courses, is that whenever you actually get into a course that is really, really about it, they're going to make sure you get it. And these courses make sure that you get it. Especially if you take your time, if you're willing to learn, this is it. As you can see, you have people coming in here giving motivation. Somebody just gave this motivation 4 hours ago. Not every day is about big wins. Some days are about showing up when no one's watching, learning quietly, trying again. If you're doing that, you're already further than you think. I think I like to look at it like this. As you see, guys, I was gone for about a week on this channel. And, I have to say to myself, I have to do what I have to do. It's not always about me getting on here and talking to you guys for that day. Sometimes it requires me to do this in a different form. I'm not always on this platform to, help as many people as I can. I want to be, but I'm not always on this platform. I have other platforms that I'm on as well. And I have to limit my time because I'm still at a 9 to 5 job. But the blessing behind it is that I see the potential, I see what needs to be done, and so I know how to get there, and I'm helping you guys to get there as well because we have to break ourselves free from this. We don't have to solely rely on somebody else. You can love your job, but you can also find another way to make income. And if you learn the skill of digital marketing, it's definitely going to teach you how to make other streams of income to where it's not just you relying on somebody else, right? So I love the skill of digital marketing because it is a breakthrough for our people in today's time. The people are needing a way to not have to beg somebody else for them to become who they need to be. They need to figure out who they are and stop always relying on somebody else to tell them who they are. And the best way to do that is by building oneself. And the only way to build oneself is to find out what you're good at. And I mean, really find out what you're good at and help somebody else with that same thing. Because if you're good at it, you will know how to help somebody. You talking about it is simply you helping somebody, right? So you do not have to necessarily be an expert or be perfect at doing these things. But if you are willing to come to the plate and do what needs to be done, then you show yourself fit for the position. So walk with authority, walk with the mindset to know that this is what you're supposed to be doing and that it doesn't matter what is going on around you. You do what you have to do for you, right? So that is, a little bit of motivation for me for the day as well. Let's see. Okay. We have some people just kind of, going in, just kind of talking about their wins, some of the things that they have received from being in this course. A lot of people are actually selling this course because it is a great course that you are able to remarket and help somebody with. If you learn this skill and I know that if I learn the skill of digital marketing, it doesn't matter what business I have, I can market that business because I know the skill, because I know how to create content that actually reaches people that, you know what I mean? When you're just creating content just to create content, you don't know what you're creating content for. Who are you creating it for? You have no idea who you're creating it for. So you need to kind of channel in and figure out who that content is for. And once you know who that content is for, then you're able to go from there. And then you need to learn how to, reach out to these people and let people know that you're creating this content for them so that way that they can pay you for your services. There is a way for you to get paid without being on social media all day, every day. Now, being on social media all day, every day is another form of marketing. It allows you to be on these platforms. These platforms are here for you to promote your business and your services. And a lot of people are taking these platforms and they're like just scrolling on them, just having a good time. But that is not the main reason for these platforms. These platforms were here so that way that people that have businesses that need other people across the world to see that they have these businesses, they will be able to do that by getting on social media and telling everybody that they have a product and a service. And so once you realize that that's the true nature of social media, you can understand that, okay, I see that it's not just about me getting on here posting a bunch of pictures of myself. Instead, it's about me getting on here seeing what I can help somebody else with. Maybe somebody didn't know that Dawn dish soap really gets dishes clean, right? They didn't know that, but they seen you creating content for Dawn dish soap and you were just showing yourself using Dawn dish soap. And guess what? Now you're able to get paid because you show Dawn dish soap, and then somebody else is able to they had a problem that was met because now they know how to clean their dishes with a soap called Dawn dish soap. They might have had issues to where their dishes were always greasy all the time, every time they use different types of soap. But now they realize they seen you using Dawn dish soap in your content, and now they want to use Dawn dish soap as well. So it's a way for you to get it out there, but you need to know how to do it effectively. And, I would say that UBC really teaches you how to do it the effective way. So now that is all I'm going to do for the testimonials. I want to see if anybody has any more questions for UBC, and then I'm going to kind of show you guys some other beginner friendly options, because there's some other options that you can start with. You do not necessarily have to start with UBC. That is a big course, and if you are not fully ready, I can understand. You know what I'm saying? Like in the very beginning, when I first got started, I was not fully ready, but I took baby steps until I got to that point. Now, some people are ready. They hit their boots on the ground running, and they're ready to go, and they're not holding back. So I like to go ahead and present that to the people that don't want to waste any time, don't want to play any games, and they just want to take action. UBC is that course. Okay, y'all hold on just a second. All right, so once again, do we have any more questions? I'm just gonna give y'all a few more minutes. Y'all let me know if y'all want to look through the course. Is anybody interested in starting UBC? Starting their digital marketing journey with UBC. There are a few options that you can actually start UBC. You can start UBC. You can get UBC the full in term way by just paying the $4.99 outright, or you can, get UBC on payments and go through Carlana or Afterpay. And one thing I love about Beacons is that they also have another option. They have 3 options: Affirm, Carlana, and Afterpay. And you're able to actually break that $4.99 payment all the way down. That's what I did. I did not pay the $4.99 in full all at once. I paid that over time, and it was easier on me because it was budget friendly. And that's what I'm saying. You don't have to tell yourself that it's not possible just because of income or finances. It is still a way, and the best way to do it, if you are, want to be smart with your money and you don't feel like you're ready to actually just, fully splurge on a course for $4.99, do it in payments. You can do that through the through Carlana or Afterpay, and you can get your payments broken down into payments of 4, 6, and 12. And you could get your payments as low as $49 per month, or $49 every 2 weeks, or however often you decide that you want to pay those payments. So it is a way for you to get started. I just wanted to let you guys know that. Don't think that just because it's a $4.99 course that you cannot get started, because you can. The best way to do it is to go ahead and sign up with Carlana or Afterpay, and go ahead and get that into installment payments. There's nothing wrong with that. With today's economy, let me tell you something. Who is paying $4.99 for anything up front? I don't know anybody that's paying $4.99 for anything up front. I hate to pay it for groceries up front, but if you have no choice, who's trying to put their groceries on a credit card? That gets pretty hard too. So you don't want to have to do those types of things, and you try to prevent yourself from doing those things by doing the things that you need to do. So if you have to get groceries and that costs $400 and some dollars, and you don't have the full amount to pay for this course right now, then get it on payments, and get yourself started. But don't tell yourself that you can't do it just because you can't afford $4.99 at that moment, because a lot of people can't afford $4.99 at that moment, but they're getting it done because they are, understanding that there is a way for me to, get approved and actually get started today. And it's not like a major credit check or anything like that. I don't believe it's like when I did mine's, it was kind of like I just set it up. and you do a direct deposit for it to directly take out of your account around that time. But once you want it, hey, this is what you want. Do what you're supposed to do to get what you want, right? So anyway, that is UBC. My last call. Do we have anybody else that wants to look at anything inside of UBC? And y'all kind of quiet in here, but it's okay. It's okay. All right. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to pull you guys over to um, the other this is a PLR community that I have been really, really into these past few kind of like weeks. I would say I've been really, really just kind of going through this course because I feel like it is an amazing way for someone to get started if they feel like, I want to start digital marketing, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure that I'm really ready to pay that amount. This right here is Royal Business Academy. And the thing that I love about Royal Business Academy is that it is a PLR community, which means that, it has PLRs, which are private label right products, which I'm able to rebrand, resell, and actually create them and turn them as my own. One second, guys. Oh, thank you, baby. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That was my baby. She was bringing me a nice little pretty picture. She did so good. Okay, so as I was saying, this is Royal Business Academy, and Royal Business Academy is a PLR community which allows you to take, products and services and actually start, marketing products and services and getting things out there that also give you the the basics of digital marketing. They don't give you the full foundation because it's just the kind of, it has multiple different things that you can get into. It's not just digital marketing. You can do digital marketing. You can learn how to, set up an online virtual assistants, uh, business, or you can learn how to set up, different types of businesses. How can I say? Just any type of business that you can think of. There's multiple different ways. It breaks down the business aspect of things. And let me see. One of the most favorite things that I love about this community is it has a PLR suite, and the PLR suite has over 20,000 done for you products, which you're able to market and resell on your own terms. And as I told you guys before, I would say that this is okay. It is beginner friendly, but if you're wanting to learn the full breakdown of digital marketing, then it's best to actually purchase the course UBC. But if you are okay with learning just a little bit, just wanting to get the understanding of it and have different other ways to, provide for yourself and figure out other ways to make money online, this community really does do that for you. Okay, so the PLR suite over here has a multitude of books, ebooks, and guides that you can, use to sell online and actually start making money off of these products. What you would do is you would just take one of these products and you would just, figure out what you want to get into, something that you really are into. Something that you could do would be, how to be a YouTuber. This will be a book that was created by somebody that's very knowledgeable about YouTube. And it would be an ebook that you would go in and, either insert knowledge, correct or change, make sure everything's good. And then you would actually put this ebook up on your link in bio and actually, start getting on your social medias and letting people know that you have a product that you think that could help them, right? Somebody that wants to know about YouTube would come over to purchase that book, and you would have the book for them. You would be talking about how this book is beneficial and how this ebook can help somebody and what it can do for them and all of that sort. And you would basically already have that here. So you don't have to worry about creating a whole bunch of different products because you have those products here. You also have the ability to learn from these products as well as sell these products as well. And you have many different products that you actually get to, learn from and sell, such as buying cheap land banks. You get to learn how to buy cheap land banks, and then you get to sell that guide to somebody else so that way that they can do the same thing. Or let's say, for instance, you have a friend and, they may want to learn something specific about Etsy. You could, either help them by sending them this ebook or, send them to where they can purchase it on your storefront. So there are many different options, but this is just a multitude of different types of products that you can get into learning and different things that you can actually learn as well. Because like I said, you can learn all about the taxing agency business. You also get to learn all about Rich off of Turo, vendors, virtual call center business. You have the resume templates, which is really, really good. You could basically create a channel that is specifically helping people towards building resumes. And then you could have this resume template here that, they would use as their resume. They will purchase that resume template from you, and that would help them to, create a resume the way that they need it to be. Or, if you're a paid content creator, UGC content creator, then what you would do is, you would take this book and you would, get online and talk about how great this book is and how it will help somebody that's trying to get into being a content creator, a paid content creator, and these are just products and services that are already done for you. You don't have to create it. All you have to do is just get in here and change it up to your standards, make it match to the way that you want it, and that's all you have to do. And put it in your storefront and start selling it today, right? And these are, things that they will just open up in Canva just like so, right? They're guides that they would just open up in Canva, and you would just, either click on it if you want to get more information. If you want to actually use that template, you can click view template, which will be use template as well. And then you will be able to actually start editing this product and, create it to the way that you want it to be. Okay. And it teaches you everything about Canva. This is actually a course from Canva that they have put into this module. So they pretty much ask Canva, hey, look, can we, work out a thing to where we can actually get information from you guys, and we'll pay you guys a certain amount as long as we can get that information. It will also teach others about your products or service, and then bam, you have a product here. And now that's what I'm saying, you have these products that to where you can now take these products and help somebody else with them by putting them up on your storefront, creating a social media account which is going to market that product and help somebody learn about what it is that you want them to learn about, right? So there's a lot of different things that you can get yourself into in this space of digital marketing. It's pretty much, you shouldn't really not have a way to make money because it's so many different ways. Like looking at drop shipping, you want to learn how to become a drop shipper. Here's the information. And the one thing that I love about this program is that not only do you get to learn how to be that and how to do it in that, this is just the ebook, right? This is just the ebook. But guys, let me show y'all something. A lot of people don't even know that this is like this platform right here is the real deal, y'all. When I tell y'all I love me some RBA, I love me some Royal Business Academy because it's a real deal, y'all. Okay, you get the business startup courses, okay? And not only do you get all of these business startup courses, I mean, all of these business startup courses. You talking about you get to learn how to do a laundromat business, how to do telehealth, medical scrubs, online hair business, beauty salon business, nursing staffing agency, home health agency, smoothie and juice bar, medical equipment, rental company, event planning, pallet flipping, y'all. Pallet flipping, that's where the money is at. I used to be in couponing, y'all, and when I tell y'all I love a good deal. I love a good deal. And pallet flipping is amazing because you get to purchase a whole pallet of things for a little bit if you know how to connect. You got to know how to connect and then turn around and sell the products for whatever you want to serve them for, right? And then you see how these people be going to these bin stores. They love these bin stores. They be in these bin stores purchasing those products. And guess what? All of those little bin stores, they get these pallets, and that's how they're able to make as much money. They sell it to you for, they go buy it for dirt cheap, and then they bring it out there to you, and then you buy it for whatever you buy it for. So this is a real thing, okay? Online notary, loaning and signing agent. You talking about that's a whole course that you get to learn how to do. That's amazing. Ebook writing and publishing course. Guys, that is amazing. A grant writing course. Come on. And the one thing that I'm going to tell y'all that I love about this is what I love. You get to resell these courses, y'all. You get to resell these courses. Do you hear me? That is amazing. Like, I get to resell the full course, not just the ebook, but I get to help you with the course and the ebook. So now you get that extra one-on-one for whatever you need. And it's amazing because I didn't have to create this course. Think about it. You have a social media platform to where you have a course and you have a product and you are helping somebody. Your course is going to be one price, your product is going to be another. You're going to help them with the course in a specific way and help them with the product in a specific way. And then you're going to define that in each way and do what you have to do to help that person, right? And I love digital marketing because it really, really helps you to expand upon doing whatever you want to do. You can try one thing, and if it's not for you, you can try something else. And I love how this community allows you to have multiple different courses within this niche, digital marketing, and be able to be successful and then help somebody else with it. That's so amazing. So right now I have Royal Business Academy on my storefront for $125. Okay, so if you guys want to get started with Royal Business Academy, you can start with Royal Business Academy for $125. There, I do believe you are able to do the Carlana and Afterpay and Affirm with that as well. I think I got all that set up to where you guys will be able to use that effectively the way that you need to now. So do we have any questions or concerns about RBA, or does anyone want to see something specific inside of RBA? Y'all let me know. Yeah, I think it is done. Hold on. It is done. Yay. All right, guys. So, like I said, I am not going to be on here very long. I just wanted to go ahead and get on here and show you guys both of these courses. As you see, you guys did not see my face this whole time. You guys did not see my face this whole time, but you can do that. You can do faceless marketing. You do not have to show your face every single time you are on here sharing with people that you have a way to help them with what they need. I'm helping people get onto social media and actually monetize their platforms the correct way. And the correct way to do it is to, have a product or a service that you absolutely love, that you absolutely want to help somebody else with, and then help them with that, right? And along the way, you get the perks of getting monetized by these platforms, but don't just make that as your main way to eat. You should say those are pieces of the pie, but if I have the whole pie, then I can have a whole lot more than a piece. So I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm going to give us just a few more minutes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night and get out of here. Well, not a night. I still have some more platforms that I have to get on, but yeah. Y'all let me know if y'all have any more questions. Last few minutes. Thank you, Jason. Thank you guys so much. You guys were amazing for being in this live today. And y'all be sure to share this live as well, because even if you don't feel as though you're able to purchase, there may be somebody else out there in the world that may want to purchase, and they just need this live to show them that they need this product, right? They need this in their life. They want to learn how to be on social media the correct way instead of being on here listening to others. And being on here the correct way is by learning a skill, and that skill is digital marketing. So y'all be sure to share this live. Get it out to as many people as you can. Once again, I thank y'all, and I'm going to give this a few more minutes, let y'all see if y'all have any more questions, and then I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Yes, I do believe that their site is very well put together. As you know, this is on the, and if you didn't know, this is on the school platform. So, you know, the site is usually kind of set up in an easy to access kind of way. And they just put their course on here, but it has over 400 and something, you know, videos to where you're able to actually understand how to get into digital marketing, what digital marketing is, and the benefits of it, and what you can do with it, and all of that, and learn the skill itself. So I hope that that cleared everything up. Thank y'all for tuning into my live, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in.